Okay. It's loading up, so usually it takes about a couple minutes here. So I'll see once it's live. Oh, did that work? Meeting is now streaming live. There we go. Look at us. Technology. What's good, RJ? How you doing, man? It's been a while here since we last had a conversation. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. So what's everybody? What's up, everybody? This is Three Beats Later, and this is a special mini episode. I'm joined today by a very dope producer. He goes by the Roving Jewel. He's based out of Sacramento, California, and I invited him on just to talk about a new Kickstarter that he just launched about 2 days ago. He has a pretty cool project that he's working on that he's actually looking to fund. So we want to help RJ hit that goal for the Kickstarter. And we want to learn all about this project that he's working on. So I will kick it off by getting to the Kickstarter page. So we're going to open this up on my screen, just 2 seconds here. This is, first off, a dope image too. Who did the artwork here? Who took this photo?
So that's like a combination of a bunch of different things. That's not actually the final artwork. That's just kind of a placeholder, and that's going to be manipulated to fit the project, actually.
Okay. All right. Let's look at this. So I'm opening up my screen. So here's RJ's Kickstarter. You can get to it by going to, I can't even see my browser button. It is Kickstarter dash, oops, here we go. Slash projects slash roving jewel slash roving dash jewel dash the soft glow before dawn. And you can get to it by going to RJ's Instagram. You could go to click on his link tree and it will kick you back to his Kickstarter page. So here we are, man. It's I can't wait to learn all about it. We have 10 backers so far, and it looks like we're going to be pressing some vinyl, hopefully.
Yeah.
But why don't I just stop talking and you tell me about the project? What's the soft glow before dawn?
So it's as it kind of states up top, it's a electronica infused underground hip hop album. Um, the initial idea kind of was birthed from a long night of making beats a long time ago. Back when I had first got my first MPC, the 2000 XL. One night, I had to learn how to use that. I didn't have a manual, and I didn't have all the resources that are so available now that you can just go online and watch tutorials. So it was just me kind of like tinkering with it and learning how to use it. So one night I was just like, oh, I'm going to stay up all night and make beats. I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm going to watch the sunrise, at the end of this little session. So I did exactly that. I just, pulled records all night, made just weird, crazy beats. And about the time that I thought the sun was going to rise, I went out and I just sat and just felt like I don't know, like the charge in the air, but it was very still at the same time. And then right when that glow kind of came over the horizon, like you could feel a shift in like the energy of the air, and the world kind of started to wake up and you could hear the birds chirping. So that was kind of like the initial thought process, or kind of what was lingering in the back of my mind. And I've been working with my brother on a project called the Audio Video Department. It's kind of going to be a multi-genre project, but the first one was ambient and dream punk EP. So between recording that with him, and I also did an Adidas and Max Allure skateboarding commercial collab recently. I scored that, and that was kind of like a new wave synth pop type song. So just playing all these different like synths and stuff like that, is it kind of gave me the idea to run with, but kind of infuse it in more of a hip hop fashion. And also, I have like, I call them interludes in between, but they're like full song, 2 to 3 minutes in between. So it's a half and half project, 5 MCs, and then 5 instrumental tracks.
Oh,
So
nice.
total of 10.
Nice. That's dope. What is the vibe like? I mean, if you're are all the tracks that you kind of like birthed in that one beat making session, or did they stem out to like other beats you kind of like built since that day?
Now, so that was the beat session I was talking about. That was probably maybe 2006-ish, maybe, or something
Oh,
like that,
okay.
2007. So that was just like the premise, like of the idea behind the name. So all the music has been written in the past maybe year or so,
Okay.
regarding this album.
Nice. And what is the overall vibe? It says an underground hip hop album, but what can we expect to listen to in terms of like the vibe?
So to kind of go along with, the highly synth infused sound, I kind of have, um, there's always going to be kind of like a pulse going through the whole thing, whether it be slow or fast. So with the instrumental tracks, it's going to be very slow. So you'll be kind of in like a lull. And then the hip hop tracks will go up and they'll be more high energy. And you might still find those pulses within those, but kind of like a wave pulse. Like the whole album's going to kind of like start low and go up and down and up and down. So it's going to kind of be like, you get these crazy like frenetic songs and people spitting over them, and then you have like a lull to where you can kind of relax and kind of sink in for a minute, and then it goes back into the next thing.
Are you planning that out? Do you think of like BPM, and is there an
not,
arrangement kind of with that in mind?
not so much, I wasn't hard fast on any BPM, but normally the instrumentals I recorded at 50 BPM, which is pretty slow because
Oh,
um they're more or less ambient, uh, or dream punk style tracks, maybe a little bit more stripped down and not as like saturated. And then most of the songs with MCs on it are probably going to be between, I'd say, 80-ish to up to 110. So
okay.
fairly 110, I guess, is fairly fast for hip hop tracks for the most part.
Yeah, it's like you hit that point too. Like if I'm writing stuff that's like in halftime,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll my BPM could be way down in like the 60s, but I'm accenting like every,
Instead of 2 and 4, you're
quarter.
doing three and
Yeah,
seven.
exactly.
Yeah.
So or if it is low, yeah, if it's like at like 136 BPM, I'm accenting the third beat or whatever. But and then if like I want to like write it in what I would imagine is like regular time, yeah, my BPM's like really low, but I'm accenting like every like eighth note essentially.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
sorry, that's the first nerd out I'll have today of many more, I'm sure. But so tell me about the MCs, like who's going to be on the project?
So this is more of like a family or extended family oriented project. Um, the so My friend who I worked with on, or I will say my brother who I worked with on the AV Club, his cousin is going to be the MC who opens this up. He had actually sent me a song that he had produced and rapped over. I said, like, oh, like, what are you going to do with this? He's like, like, we can do something. I was like,
Mhm.
hey, let me redo the beat and, let me use it for this project. So he was like, all right. So, it worked out pretty good. I just kind of like looped the first 4 or 8 bars of his track and then kind of like rebuilt the song behind it. And then he, respit his vocals.
Well,
Um,
how
so,
far how much did you tweak the beat? Is it Kind of like the same framework, or is it just a completely different vibe?
It's completely different. I really just kind of use like the basis of his BPM, and kind of kept it semi close to that. And
Yeah.
actually, we sped it up a little bit afterwards because it was kind of slow, the initial one that he sent. Um, so that one, I was like, you're going to be opening it up because I don't know, it's different. He's got a cool flow. His frame of reference and his topics are kind of different. So it's pretty cool. His name's 1983. His main
Hey,
moniker that he uses.
hey, that's a great year.
Is that your birth year?
Yeah, yeah. Look at that. Good
Yeah,
year.
so yeah, mine's 82. So we're all in the similar time frame. So I got him. I got the homie Plastic. I don't know if you've ever heard of Plastic. He goes by Plastic TFM or the Funky Mulatto. He's from Germany, but in my opinion, he had one of the best underground hip hop albums released in probably the last 5-10 years that I've heard. And it was released through Snow Goons, or it was on Snow Goon for sale on Snow Goons. So he's gonna be in it. So he traded me some vocals. I just gave him a track for his new album that's coming out. So that's in the works. Um, I have an old skateboard friend who is also a super dope MC. He's from the Sacramento area. He did a track for it. His name's John. He goes by Johnny of Mula. He's also in a group just called Mula, Mula. And let's see. So we got Johnny. Oh, I got on my previous album, I had a track with the homies, the Shaw Brothers. They have a friend and his name is Jirai. So I kind of like linked up with him through them. Super dope MC. Very classic underground hip hop. If you get a chance, listen to any of his albums that he's released
How
lately.
how do you spell that?
It's Jorai.
Okay, July. Okay, cool. So,
Super dope. He's going to be on it. And let's see, I'm drawing a blank here. So 1983, Johnny, Plastic, Jirai, and man,
you did
um,
Mula.
yes, Johnny,
Yeah.
Plastic, 1983, Jirai, and let's see. I can get out of here and look at let's see. And the last one is, and I don't know why I'm drawing such a blank. Oh, I don't know why, because I did the same thing with this one, and this song's super tight. I just showed it to my friend earlier today because I was bragging about it. Another skate homie from the Sacramento area. He's now in Southern California. A guy by the name of Sam Kofa, and I'd actually heard he basically like spit like a freestyle over a track, and he posted up, and I was like, man, that's one of the like dopest things I've heard in a while. I was like, would you let me redo it? So I kind of did a similar thing that I did with the other one. He was down for it, and I made the beat. I think it goes super well, and yeah, he spit it very immaculately back over the beat.
Nice, nice. That's exciting, man. So you got 5 MCs. You said you have 5 instrumentals. It's gonna kind of go a little bit up and down in terms of like vibe, kind of a little bit of higher BPM, lower BPM. 10 total tracks. And so what is the plan? What's the goal with the Kickstarter? What's the goal? What is the actual dollar goal? And then what is the plan with like releasing up the finally printed project, like CD form, vinyl? What's the plan?
So after I did my little survey across platforms, I got maybe only like 2 or 3 tapes. So most of them were CD and vinyl. So that's what I went with. I think most of them, surprisingly, were vinyl. Um, so
You
and
think
I would
surprisingly? I feel like it's just it's number one requested in what I see out
I
there.
feel like it's more of a collectible. It's something like very tangible. It feels like it's worth something. And I personally want to put it on vinyl, but
Hmm.
um, we'll see if the Kickstarter is met. I think I have a reasonable goal. It's at 2750. So we're almost about a third of the way there with 27 days to go. And so we're going to do vinyl, we're going to do CDs. Also with the packages, definitely going to do a shirt. Different types of stickers. I was just researching last night some patches. I was thinking of getting some embroidered patches done to go along with it. So it's kind of all in flux right now. I guess it depends on if I meet the goal or not. But I would like to make a cool little package to go along with it. Oh, and a poster as well. And my friend Anthony, he goes under the moniker The Bunny Years. He did my last album artwork as well. He's finishing up the artwork for this one. Um, and it looked phenomenal. Like I was so psyched when he showed it to me the other day.
Mm,
I was like, I really hope I get to put this on a vinyl record because it looked really nice.
nice. Yeah, well, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Help out the Roving Jewel. Let's get to this goal. We're a third of the way there. We got 27 days to go. Yeah, just make a donation, support this project, and we can get there. Yeah, man, you got this. Oh, here comes Earth Tone. I don't know if he wants to chat. Maybe he has some questions for you too. Special guest coming through. Can we talk a little bit about Uh-oh, I hear some echo back there, Earth Tone. Can we talk a little bit about
I just turned the audio off.
Okay, all good, all good. I'll let you get set up there. I'm just talking to RJ about the project.
No, I've been tuning in the whole time.
Nice.
I had a quick little question. If it was an okay time for me to interject. Y'all can't see me, can you?
Do it.
What's up, RJ? What up?
Nothing much. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm easy, man. Just chilling. It's kind of crazy rainstorm right now.
We've been having the same thing out here. We had some sort of like atmospheric what they call it, an atmospheric flood or something. So today was the first day of sunshine we've had. I had a tree almost crush my car. I spent one Saturday chainsawing, so I feel it.
Oh man.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, I don't really have too much time and I don't want to mess with y'all interview too much, but I just wanted to ask you, it's very interesting to me that you are utilizing Kickstarter for your musical goals. And as someone who just recently did a Kickstarter, first question, how nervous are you right now that you will or will not hit your goal? Because Kickstarter doesn't let you keep the money if you don't hit your goal. Yeah.
Man, I came on pretty strong the first day or so. It was like immediately pretty quick, but now it's kind of silent today. So a little bit.
It's a plateau, or not a plateau. It's like most of it is the first 48 and the last 48 is where you raise like most of your money. So it's designed to make you feel really nervous because there's people who are going to be super excited and want to, get on it as quickly as possible. And then there's going to be the stragglers. There's going to be the people who just will literally wait. I had people like last like 30 minutes of my campaign donating. And then as soon as it's over, you're going to have a bunch of people who hit you up like, oh man, I missed it. And man, and this and that and the third. And so that's definitely stressful. But no, I just think it's dope that you are doing this or utilizing it for this purpose. So props to you just for crowdfunding your musical project.
This is my first go at trying to do this. I was telling CP that I thought I had a little bit more time because after I surveyed and I thought maybe people might contribute. I went and set it up, how you got to go through all the steps, and it was like pick a date, and it says you got 8 business days before it'll get approved. I was telling him, like, they sent me back a thing, like it had to be like no more than 15 minutes later. It's between 5 and 15. And they're like, oh, like it's live. So I was like, I had to go ahead and post it up.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's crazy. The timing. I'm actually gonna hop on there right now and go ahead and I can't promise much, but I'll definitely donate to the campaign right now. Just
Appreciate you, sir.
just because I want to support. But yeah, that's really the only question I really had. I'm interested in hearing the project. Can't wait till it comes out. And yeah, man, keep doing your thing, bro.
Thanks, sir. It's good to talk to you.
And maybe one day I hop on a record.
Yeah, we was just talking about that.
Yeah,
Future possible collab there.
See,
yeah.
we are all trying to find ways to get Piso out of retirement over here.
Are you
It's
in
no
retirement?
retirement. I know. I'm
Self-imposed
just
retirement?
just a very, very, very extremely lengthy hiatus. That's all.
All right.
But yeah, I'll be back. But all right, I'll let y'all get back to the interview and peace out, yo.
All right,
Peace.
peace.
Word.
All right, let's talk about the different types of hardware, software. How did you put this album together? How did you, I guess, build each track?
Let's see, regarding the percussion, either playing the percussion, coming from I got this brand new, newly acquired, I parted ways with my Cord Triton. And I got this not brand new used Cord Chrome 88 key.
Okay.
So that's a substantial bit of what I've used to record it, percussion and synth and other stuff.
Why the change up just by happenstance?
Well, I got the Triton at such a good deal and sold it at such a higher price that it funded the Chrome. So it was a good bit of willing and dealing on my part, and I got an updated machine with more sounds and better sounds to utilize. And then the trusty 2500 MPC.
Okay.
I've got I don't know if you can see it back here. Got a semi-modular Moog Matriarch analog synth. So that is a huge portion of the project. And then a little bit I used the microKORG, and yeah, that's about it. I used this like fancy octave spacey reverb pedal called the Astral Destiny.
Okay.
If you like weird spacey sounds, highly recommend.
Who makes that? Is that
Earthquaker?
Earthquaker, okay.
Yeah, anything by them is usually pretty gold, I feel like.
Earthquaker devices.
And I use this little device as well, which is pretty cool. It's called the Color Palette. It is electric kalimba, and it's got all sorts of different reverb on it, and you can kind of manipulate it to your taste.
Whoa, that's wild. What do you that's like a guitar pedal, that reverb pedal, right? That's what it's made for. How are you, is that you're adding guitar with that, or you're using it?
Actually, use that with the microKORG.
Okay.
So yeah, and there's like the pedal, you can like turn it on and off, and with the different effects, it'll kind of make some really cool effects. So I'd play little riffs and just kind of manipulate the pedal while recording.
Nice,
so,
man. I gotta get into that. I see videos more and more producers kind of like dabbling with guitar pedals and adding them to stuff, and I have so many guitar pedals here, and I just have yet to incorporate
put them
that.
to use.
Now all my stuff is like, I just have a MIDI controller. I have like the complete one of those complete keyboards that basically are designed to kind of interface with native instruments. So I don't really have any like true hardware. I'm just like MIDI guy plus guitar and bass and just Logic.
Yeah, we're Team Logic still.
Yeah, you hear that out there? Team Logic gang.
Oh, and one thing. So like most of this stuff is hardware and me playing, but one like true dedicated thing I have to add in software, which is a plugin. I have to talk about. I've been using a plugin from Valhalla,
Okay.
and it's called Supermassive. Have you ever?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a huge. I used it in the AV department album and in this as well. So that's kind of been my go-to lately. And it's a free plugin. Like they put out
Yeah.
that was such a good plugin, just free. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I think I have that downloaded. I just for some reason haven't really dived into it. I kind of like the Logic stock reverbs.
They do have some good ones. They because I had there's one called Reverb for Days that I really like. Have you went through that one?
No, is that in
You're
Logic?
you're like you're talking. So they got what's the one that's like sound some, or D? What is it?
They have Space Designer.
Space Designer. I was thinking
Yeah,
sound designer, but Space Designer. So they
that
have
one.
other like little presets or whatever. Then they got one that's like Golden Plate era and like dark, like whatever, large dark room or something.
Yeah. All those presets are golden in Logic. Even the chroma verb, those
Mm.
presets are golden. It's like those two reverbs in Logic for me, it does what I want it to do. But then one thing I don't like about Logic is I can't get down with like a lot of their delays. I don't know why. It's something that I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I don't get down with their delays. Like I need to find some good delay plugins. I don't know if you have
I mean,
recommendations.
I've used the just the tape delay. I think it's called tape delay on there.
Yeah.
I've used that one. Either tape delay or just the echo I use.
Yes, Echo.
Um,
That's I by default I'm going to Echo because I want it to feel like a guitar pedal. I think that's the problem.
okay.
And I think Echo is the closest one that is like close to my guitar pedals. But anyways, um guitar talk check, right? We made sure we talked about that. Actually, did you play any guitar on the
On this one, no. I played guitar. I mentioned earlier I did a track for Adidas. So that one, like no samples. I played all the percussion, played the guitar, played the bass, played all the keys, the organ, stuff like that. But no, on this one, it was, mostly synth driven, just to
Mhm.
kind of keep it in that field and give it that sound.
So I guess I don't know if you want to talk about that Adidas opportunity. How did that come about?
I have a friend who's a professional skateboarder. He also is a team manager for Adidas and co-owner of Max Allure Skateboards. His name is Carl Watson. Shout out, Carl.
Shout out
Um,
Carl.
he hooked that up. He hit me up and they made a short little film and they had me do the music for it and it came out pretty good, I feel like.
That's awesome, man. See that network, man, it just helps so much. Like so many opportunities come through just, just who you meet throughout the path.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that we've been kind of working on just kind of have come through, just meeting solid people and them just offering you different things. So that's super dope. When can we watch that commercial? Can we see that joint?
Yeah, it's out. It's on Adidas Skateboarding. It's on Adidas Skateboarding's Instagram. It's on YouTube. Um, on YouTube, I think if you just type in, let's see. Um, it is listed under Adidas Skateboarding presents Max Allure Capsule Collection, I believe it's.
Nice. I'm gonna listen to that. A little bit
And they
later
wanted
today.
it to, they wanted it to, I had a very nice, so like I was originally given a reference track. So, and it was a, new wave synth pop esque type track. So it was very crispy, it was very dynamic, like the 80s were. And they were like, oh, like we want it to sound like a mixtape someone, made for someone. Because the commercial is based around like high school.
Oh, okay.
So I ran it through the trusty SP404 through the cassette sim. So then it's got that nice cassette warble to it and all that.
That's super dope. That's awesome. Yeah, I see the video right here. I'm going to watch that. So what is so we have a goal here, February 16th, right? We're going to hit that goal. Everybody, all the producers out there, make sure you go hit up this Kickstarter February 16th. So that's going to keep you nice and anxious. As Piso said, you got the first 48, everything's rocking, and then the last 48.
Like, oh, we're doing good. And then nothing.
We're going to get that right away. But yeah, we're gonna let our network know as much as we can to help support this Kickstarter. And then, so how do you see the timeline working out? So we hit the goal February 16th. We're popping some champagne right after Valentine's Day celebration. You're collecting all the t-shirt sizes from everybody.
Yeah, I got that. I'm getting that logged, so I kind of have an idea of what I need to do. I'm kind of, like I'm pretty good at executing things as they go along. So, once I know the goal's met, the music's going to be done by then.
Right.
I'm pretty sure mix and master ready to go. If I know the goal's met, I'm making the order right then. I'll
Nice.
probably maybe do a few stickers or maybe something between then and or between now and then. But once I know the goal's met, I'm ordering the vinyl. I found a company that's kind of promising between 7 and 11 weeks, which is
Okay.
not too bad compared to what I dealt with before. So if I order, February, 2 months, we got March, April. If I get it out by May, I'll be extremely happy.
Nice. I was just gonna say supply chain. When talking about vinyl, that's kind of like all I heard in the last year and a half is just how squeezed that is for people to actually get vinyl on time because there's such a high demand for it.
Yeah.
It sounds like
I
you
think
lived
it
through that
also
nightmare
depends
before.
on like run size. And this one I'm gonna do a smaller run size. And I'd still like to go 180 gram, to keep it quality, give you I don't know. I've had so many records after a while. You let them, lean over for a bit. They're like the normal. You end up getting the bend in the record and all that. It never happens with the 100, at least any of my 180 grams. So I like to go that route.
And then, and it's funny too, I just have to say CD, that's the one thing I don't hear a lot of people requesting, or I don't see a lot of people requesting out there. So it's interesting to hear some people request CD.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised about it. I guess it's I'm sure like anything, like we probably never thought cassettes and vinyls were going to make a comeback, and now everybody, loves them. So at some point, CD's probably shortly going to make its return. But yeah, I don't know. So CDs are fine. They're crispy. They sound good in the car.
Man, I don't know. I need to find all my old stuff, man. What I do have is one of those crazy ass binders where you put all your CDs together.
I still got a binder. I got all the burn CDs in it.
Yeah. I definitely have all the burn CDs in there too. But I have like 2 huge ass binders over here, but I have nothing to play it on because this computer doesn't have a CD-ROM drive.
Yeah, mine doesn't either.
Nothing in my car. I need to go
my
buy.
car's got a CD player, so I'm good.
See, there you go. I don't have like a tape deck or anything. Okay. And then do you have time to think about the next project, or are you like already putting plans in place for what's to come? Or are you just letting this one live right now?
After this one, I have a lo-fi hip hop instrumental that I'm starting. Also, it's going to be under the audio video department. So it'll be a short one, probably 5-6 tracks or something like that. But we're going to have a theme to it. We're going to kind of keep it cinematic like the previous one. It's not just going to be just, a couple of random beats. So
Can I play something from this actually?
Yeah, sure.
Which track should I play?
Maybe the last one, Ascent.
Okay. Yeah, I was listening to it when you gave me the link yesterday. It's definitely something that I could vibe with throughout the workday. I'm gonna play one of these joints. And this is dope artwork too over here.
Yeah, crazy. I had got put up onto this site that you can contact them and just give them ideas and they'll work on album art for you. And it was called, let me make sure I state their name correctly. Before the Ink is Dry.
Before the ink is dry. Okay.
And man, like we gave them kind of some reference reference material and let them hear some of the tracks, and I felt like the art matched it perfectly. It was super good.
Would you just consider this like ambient?
Yeah, it's
This
kind of a
project?
mix of ambient. Well, the last track is probably maybe it's got ambient-esque stuff in it, but the last track is probably maybe I would consider down tempo or something like that.
Okay.
But the first four tracks are kind of like a cross hybrid between dream punk and ambient.
Okay.
Dream punk, I don't know if you're familiar with the genre, but I don't know. I would say it's kind of like it's an offshoot of vaporwave, but it's like an ambient vaporwave a little bit.
I'm not familiar. These are all new terms to me.
All
Is
right.
it like
I would say it's just an ambient subgenre.
okay. Okay, I can mess with that. That's kind of like what I listen to if I really need to get into the zone at work. Like I just need things happening, atmospheres happening, so I could like really zone in.
Yeah, like that's I wasn't too familiar with the genre. And of course I knew ambient, but as far as dream punk is concerned, my friend who I did this with, he put me on to it and kept sending me all these examples, and it took me a little bit to kind of wrap my head around it, but I got to work on the Moog matriarch, and it's like you can kind of, it's like a world to get lost in, tons of moving textures and sounds, and you don't have to worry about like, oh, I need to make sure it's whatever 4/4 and this tempo and we need to resolve to this. You can kind of just let things ride and kind of move and mutate, so kind of fun.
Freedom.
Yeah.
I'm on your Instagram page right now, so everybody make sure you go follow the.roving.jewel. Again, you can get straight to the Kickstarter page by going to the link tree here. You could see he posted about it as well. And you could basically get links to all the other dope stuff that the RJ has. Tapes, CD, vinyl, all of the links there.
Yeah, everything under the sun.
So we could kind of wrap it up here. Any last thoughts about the project? Anything last thoughts about the Kickstarter? I'll let you take us out.
As it goes along, I'm going to kind of give updates on the Kickstarter. Once the album artwork is in its full and final form, I'm going to post that up. Hopefully post a little teaser video as the music gets mastered, and I want to make sure the album flows correctly in and out of each track before we take it for final mix and master. So once I have kind of that dialed in, I'm going to throw up a teaser so you can hear examples of the album as well. So keep people apprised as it's moving along, and hopefully we can hit that goal and I can get all this stuff pressed and out to the people who contributed.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate you taking some time with me. When you hit the goal, yeah, you're invited back on. You should hop on the regular Monday night stream we do, and we could all pop a bottle.
I will look forward to it. What time do you normally come on? Because normally on Monday nights I teach a class. So that's why I normally can't tune in. I have to watch like little pieces that y'all post of like reruns and stuff.
We do Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and that kind of lags. Like if everyone's like busy and stuff like that, it might start a little bit later, but it usually goes till about like anywhere from 10:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. That's kind of like the little window that we have, depending upon how talkative we are that day. So that's usually the window.
All right. Yeah,
And
we'll have to get it
but
arranged.
we could always we'd always push it like a day before or after. So that's the goal. Hit the goal. Boom. We'll do like a Sunday night or a Tuesday night instead. But
Cool.
we'll take it from
I
there.
look forward to it.
All right, RJ,
Maybe,
appreciate it, man.
maybe we can do something like I can throw y'all some stems and you can go to town on them or something.
Yeah,
like
man. Like we did last time. Yeah, actually, that's the last thing I'll say too is if you haven't seen RJ was on the show a couple times. We did a really like a longer form interview. That was episode 4 of the Very Dope Producer series with RJ. So check it out on our YouTube page. And I think one of the episodes, like July of last year, maybe, or a year before that, was where we took some stems that RJ sent to us and we broke them down. So and those were some of those tracks were actually pretty dope that we made. Like I was going back and listening to old tracks, and the RJ episode beat came up somewhere. I was like, man, we need to do something with these.
Yeah, y'all should put out like, I don't know, like a pick like a one track from each episode and like do like a whatever, like the best tracks and whatever, put up a compilation or something.
Yeah, man, I think that's a good idea. Like there's so many things that we've been thinking about because we have so much music just by everybody making a beat once a week in a certain theme. It's like that would be a good idea. I would love to get more artists involved. That's the one thing I think would would be one idea to kind of like capitalize on is just getting artists involved. A lot of what we talk about each week too is kind of behind the scenes. We're kind of somewhat getting involved in like the whole sync music licensing world, at like the business side of things. And with all this music, all this instrumentals, like all of us are kind of like songwriters too. Just getting artists involved would help kind of flesh out some of these instrumental ideas to make them full joints, and then we could put out something that is a little bit more listenable, less of a beat tape, more of like a actual like project. So
Yeah,
but that's
sure
one
you're
of
sitting on a ton of stuff, so might as well whip it up, put it out.
we will but all right, man, I appreciate it. I will hit you up, and this is going to be on the site, so you can go share it with friends and all that good stuff, and just have a great rest of the day and weekend, man.
Well, you as well, and thanks for having me. Always a pleasure. It's fun to talk to you.
Yeah, man. Good times. All right, man. Peace.